I was an avid reader for a really long time. At one point, I had a closet that had so many spiritual books in it, and I can't say I read every one, but I read most of them. That's how, what it. I mean, it was tons of books, hundreds and hundreds, and which led to the beginning of writing eventually. One years ago, I went to a shaman who at the end, they asked spirit for anything that needs to be said. And she all of a sudden looked at me and goes, "Oh, this is weird." And I said, "What?" She goes, "I've never heard this before." It said, "Stop reading." Spirit said, "Stop reading and start writing." And I so poo-pooed that because being a bit dyslexic, being so some of my handicaps, I'm thinking, yeah, no, I can't write. My ability to even use large words is minimal because when as I was growing up, because writing was so hard, I just kept my words really small so I could do it. And then a couple of years ago, I had my cards read by somebody, and he said, you need to write a book. So it was a process to writing it. And then it started with, actually, I went to, and I actually sent one of my first writings was on it, where I went to a graveyard where it was about the women that were buried there and what they've been through. And it inspired me so much that that actually became my first writing. Not knowing I was going to do anything with it, I did it for me. And then other things started happening. And so when I first started writing, because there was such a fountain of information that I had absorbed over the years, writing was really easy. Like just one thing after another would just come to my mind and I can write. And now one thing after another still can come in my mind, but trying to make it, it's important for me that when people read it, it's simple. I think spirituality is very simple, but we use these big words and we can make it really complicated, and it's not. And so now when I'm writing, I'm finding it's taking me longer to write because I'm going deeper into things, which makes sense because we're all supposed to be growing spiritually all the time. So if I stayed writing about the same, it's still some of the stuff is still the same, but I think I'm being led to go a little deeper into things than I did before. And that takes more time than it used to because I have to really sit with it and almost regurgitate it before I can write. And I actually now, which I wasn't doing at the beginning, I now go through the internet and just see if I can find, I know what I want to write about. And I've even read a book about it before, but I gave all those books away. So I sort of have to go and look around and find articles to help me remember what it was about that was so important to me. So, and I gotta say, I I love this writing. And I think anybody who writes can honestly say that in the end, you're doing it to share with others, but you're actually sharing it with yourself.